Hey guys, just wanted to talk about a problem with this 2012 Cruze I've been having. Maybe it'll help somebody out. So for about a year, that ABS light and that traction control light have been on. Didn't really have any issues, just had to clear it every time you got in the car. Happened when I got my tires chained over at a shop. For some reason it kicked those on and I never got a scanner to scan them properly. I just had a regular OBD scanner. So it got worse the other day when my girlfriend was driving to the gym and the car wouldn't go over 15, 16 kilometers an hour. We're up here in Canada. So it was basically in limp mode and the traction control light would come up again. It would say service traction control and the e-brake light would show up. And for the last couple of days, I have not been able to figure it out. I've been reading forums like crazy. So I'm pretty sure it is these rear hubs. So there's two codes for the two rear wheel speed sensors, the ABS sensors. And I guess one was probably bad and it was okay. But now that both sides are gone, the car is just freaking out, sending all kinds of codes. So I got a couple of these hubs here. About $115 each. And I guess what fails on these is not the bearing, but it's probably this magnetic ring that sends the signal to the computer on the speed and everything. So I'm thinking that e-brake light's coming on because the car thinks it's not moving. So it's getting no signal from either sensor. And yeah, it thinks the e-brake's on, something's bad. So I'm gonna try my best to get those apart and get those hubs and let you guys know. You'll read a lot about this negative battery cable. I replaced that last night. That didn't fix it. And GM wanted about $60 for it. I didn't want to pay that. So you can just get a generic one. I got it at Canadian Tire. This was like $12 or whatever. You just got to make sure you can attach this extra cable here. Make sure all your connections are clean, all these grounds. And I checked the fuses. I think it's number 26 and 30. They were good, so it's not that. And just so you guys know, your ABS module is back up under there. So you can check the connections there, but I haven't gotten into that. I like to not do that if I don't have to. So we'll see how these go. Okay, so as you can see, it's become quite the job. I'm about 4 or 5 hours in, 3-4 trips to the hardware store. Finally got this thing off. So you can see a piece of that magnetic ring that was there before, but that's the inside of your hub. Mine's got a hole in it. I don't know what happened there, but dust and whatever probably got in there, and I'm guessing that's what messed that up. So I'll show you guys a little tip because I had a really hard time getting this thing off. I hammered it probably 300 times, did everything, and I found this trick here. This is a 3/8 bolt. These are kind of tricky to find, this full thread, but you kind of need that to get this nut to run far enough up. Got it from Bafasco. But you just back this together and just start cranking this closer and closer, and hopefully that'll pry off for you. I let it soak overnight with PB Blaster and it's come off pretty easy. So we'll see if this clears the codes, and yeah. Well, as you can see here, those Stabilitrak lights are gone. It's out of limp mode. E-brake lights are off. So everything's been good. I've been driving it for a couple days. Seems okay. Of course, it's a Chevy Cruze, so the engine light's back on. I have to redo the thermostat that I just did. But otherwise, it's running like a dream. So hopefully that can help somebody out. You hear people saying online it could be all kinds of stuff. Spark plugs, ignition stuff, whatever. For me, it was pretty simple. It was basically what the scanner told me it was. So I just had to get in there and get it done. So yeah, good luck.